Hello, everyone. I'm Adeola Adewale Olajubagbe. I'll be taking you through a discussion on impact assessment in a digital era. Impact assessments are considered as a crucial part of the design, evolution, and approval process for major projects. Its main purpose is to ensure that the environmental and social efforts of proposals are understood prior to decision making and to aid public participation in decision making. Over time, ways to have a better designed data inform the digitally driven impact assessment process, and this has been explored for the benefit of developers, planners, and the community at large, most especially given this unprecedented era where sustainable development and remote working are impacting us all. The digital era is considered as a period in which technology increases the speed of knowledge within the economy and society. Therefore, impact assessment system needs a wholesale digital transformation founded on better data and the use of technology and greater collaboration for the benefit of both stakeholders and users. The objective of digital impact assessment range from understanding the existing impact assessment process to identify challenges and pinpoint so as to pinpoint the key opportunities for digitalization. To develop a roadmap for implementation of a digitally driven impact assessment system, outlining where legislative and technical challenges are required. The conventional impact assessment process allows for several challenges which can be solved by a more developed and digitized process of impact assessment and evaluation. Such challenges include restricted access to valid data. These data standards for collecting and presenting as well as storing data are often inconsistent, because even in cases where data is available online, access to the underlying data itself is rarely provided. And even when new primary data is captured within the EIA process, it is usually locked away in PDF or even the consultant's inaccessible storage system. So inaccessibility actually discourages stakeholders from relying on the data that already exists and prompts the need for further primary data to be gathered. Another challenge is scattered data. Data from different development projects, both past and present, are not usually made public. And even when they are often scattered between project-specific domains or buried in council websites. Therefore, there are no legal requirements as to what data from the process should be held or stored for inspection or even for future research. And even nationally accessible data are not centrally located. So this challenge of scattered data is usually a very big problem in impact assessment process. Another problem is with public participation. The importance of high quality community engagement in a project cannot be overemphasized, because relevant stakeholders to a particular project are to be informed about the project adequately and in a timely manner. The lack of inclusiveness by involving stakeholders in the project process can affect the project's implementation adversely. Also, uncertainty in EIA predictions. Lack of reliability in the data brings about doubt when the impact of a project is being predicted. So this uncertainty causes alarm and disturbance in admitting the predicted impact for the project. Also, the time that the EIA process consumes is actually very long, And this makes it to become more challenging, especially for investors who becomes discouraged because of the long time process that the impact assessment consumes. Lack of post-application evaluation and monitoring. Data about actual impact of the development is rarely collected, and this usually makes it difficult to ascertain whether the predicted significant effects were correct and the proposed mitigation are successful. Thus, this makes it hard to learn from previous estimations and improve the overall EIA process in future. And then the monitoring analysis is rarely shared to inform future development. All of these are challenges that has been facing impact assessment process in the past. However, bringing in the digital impact assessment, there are basically 7 main concepts that form this digital EIA framework of interlinked applications. And all of these frameworks are developed to solve the challenges highlighted earlier for this impact assessment process. First, we have the National Environmental Data Hub. This is a central place to gather and assess all raw environmental data through a distributed data approach. Although the data hub still requires a mechanism that would have to be in place for allowing information to be kept up to date and ensuring that the data is time-stamped. Therefore, further factors that should be put in place to ensure that access are being granted to timely data is very important. Secondly, we have the automated screening. An automated screening has to do with an automated decision support tool that helps during the initial environmental examination to determine whether the project should be subjected to EIA study or not. And also it helps for developers to understand the need to undertake an environmental impact assessment and as well assist in compiling and issuing the associated reports during the EIA stages. Also, we have the automated assisted scoping. This is a semi-automated tool that generates scoping recommendations and also builds a custom EIA workspace structure. It would also manage communication amongst the project stakeholders, which will in turn increase transparency and efficiency of scoping reports. Also, we have the digital EIA workspace. And this is being considered as a standardized collaboration space for computing data and producing the EIA report. The digital EIA workspace acts as one centralized place for collaboration between project teams and stakeholders where they can manage tasks. And this workspace enables transparency of working and promotes a culture of collaboration amongst specialists of various fields. Also, we have impact modeling. This is a plug-in tool to test and model different impact and scenarios within a 3D digital environment. And this can potentially be linked to the digital EIA workspace, where environmental experts will be able to easily demonstrate to investors how various changes will impact the environment. Number 6, we have the interactive and accessible environmental statement. This is a personalized digital and interactive output of the environmental impact assessment process that allows users to easily discover and understand information relevant to their projects. And this digital ES increase transparency and inclusiveness by involving more effectively the public and other stakeholders throughout the process. In particular, the members of the community that tend to be harder to reach out to. And finally, we have the post-application monitoring. This is a must-do process that will improve the quality of environmental design measures, mitigation, and data. And an important way to assess the effectiveness of impact assessment is by evaluation. Therefore, there are several applications of digital evaluation in impact assessment. The improvement of technology has made monitoring and evaluation in impact assessment to become digital. And this has increased the efficiency and accuracy while reducing cost, making it easier to conduct different types of evaluation at different stages of a project. Monitoring and evaluation personnel can also now communicate the effectiveness of their program to investors, to the company management, to regulators, and even the community at large. It is important to note that this evaluation is applicable at different phases of the project. For instance, at the conceptualization phase of the project, the formative evaluation is important at this phase. While at the implementation phase of the project, the process evaluation, outcome evaluation, and economic evaluation are very important and are applicable at this process, because it is important to choose the best types of evaluation depending on the stage at which the project is. That is why at the project closure phase, the impact evaluation, the summative evaluation, and the goal-based evaluation is applicable. And each evaluation can help to make better decisions by giving the right kind of data at the right time. In conclusion, it is necessary for the digital transformation of impact assessment to collaborate across vast industry so that private sector innovation is carried out in a transparent manner without an oversight from decision makers and statutory bodies, because this will ensure that future innovations are compatible and aligned with a fully representative and agreed vision for the direction of travel. Thank you very much.